Hey there everyone, welcome back to another Game Vault video. As always, I'm Captain Beefy with the Game Vault. We got a little news today, and unfortunately it involves another studio layoff. And even more unfortunately, it involves Sweet Baby Inc. So let's cue up the music and we'll get right to it. First and foremost, Sweet Baby Inc. client Avalanche Studios lays off nearly 10% of its staff and announces closure of its New York and Montreal locations. That sucks. So the company posted a statement to its website that reads, "Since its inception over 2 decades ago, Avalanche Studios Group has grown to encompass 5 locations worldwide: Stockholm, New York, Malmo, Liverpool, and Montreal. Today, we regretfully announce the closure of 2 of these locations, New York and Montreal. This means we'll be parting ways with around 50 valued friends and colleagues, which represents roughly 9% of Avalanchers worldwide." Interesting that the 2 North American offices are getting closed down. I wonder if there's a reason for that. The statement continued, "This is an exceptionally difficult decision, but we believe it's necessary to ensure a stable and sustainable future for the company. Our focus is now on supporting all Avalanchers through this challenging time. We're grateful for the invaluable contributions of those leaving and remain committed to creating incredible gaming experiences for our players." And there's the statement itself. I will, of course, link to this down below so you can read the whole thing yourself if you wish to. Interesting enough, right down here, Avalanche Studios Group is on the Sweet Baby Inc. client page. So, yeah, a lot of layoffs there. I think Ubisoft's done some layoffs recently. We know Xbox has closed some studios down. Santa Monica had some layoffs. Warner Brothers is probably going to be shutting down. Square Enix had some layoffs. Who else has had some recently? I don't know. I think Remedy, right? Didn't Remedy just shut down a bunch of folks too? You know, whether or not it involves Sweet Baby Inc., and we can only assume that, when games are doing poorly because they've been injected with that filthy DEI garbage that just makes games worse, and the games don't sell that well, it's kind of like, you got to think, well, maybe Sweet Baby Inc. is a cancer, and it's destroying everybody it works with here, one by one. Or if not destroying them, at least injuring them quite a bit. There's been a lot of layoffs lately. So this is bigger than DEI. The whole industry is being rocked right now, and it's kind of going into crisis mode probably. I have a feeling we're going to see a major crash in the gaming industry. And at first I was like, oh, that's going to suck. And then I realized, you know what? No. The gaming industry needs this crash, and the gaming industry actually deserves it. And I hate to say something like that because it's kind of mean, but when you look at things and you look at how toxic it's become and how infected it's become with this DEI bullshit, and both in the journalist end of it and the developers and all that, the way they treat players, the way they come out at a certain demographic, the straight white guy, for instance, the guy who built gaming. I mean, for God's sake, you're going to shit on us and drive us away, and you're going to wonder why your games don't sell? Yeah, you deserve it. I hope there's a major crash. And while I don't wish bad on developers and all that on their own, I'm hoping they can get back up on their own feet, maybe create some new studios, maybe do some stuff that's not injected with DEI, maybe just make, I don't know, good games, tell great stories, create fun characters that are interesting and fun to play with and that you actually care about. That's all you need to do. You don't need to count the black people, you don't need to count the gay people, you don't need to count the women and the trannies and all the other crap. You just need to tell a good story and give us some good gameplay, and we're happy. It's not that hard. So the company also listed Avalanche Studios' upcoming game Contraband as one of its projects it worked on. Specifically, the company revealed it did sensitivity reading, character bios, and script writing for the game. I guarantee you Contraband is going to shit the bed as soon as it hits. Avalanche Studios is the latest in a growing list of companies that are shutting down, seeing poor sales, or are unable to have their games break even after working with Sweet Baby Inc. In August 2023, Sweet Baby Inc. announced that Mimimi Games was shutting down following the release of Shadow Gambit: The Cursed Crew. The company posted on LinkedIn, "We are saddened to learn that Shadow Gambit: The Cursed Crew is Mimimi's last game. We're incredibly proud to have helped bring this final voyage to shore by collaborating on the game's protagonist, Afia, with Matthias Kraut, Moritz Wagner, and the rest of the crew at Mimimi Games GmbH. Our collaboration helped make the world of the Cursed Caribbean feel more inclusive and representative. Very happy to see that players have resonated the game, as evidenced by its incredible reception. Inclusive and representative." Well, it looks like it didn't do anything for sales. So they always say this is for a modern audience, and I don't know the modern audience. I'm not part of it, I guess, and being 54 years old, I don't expect to be part of the modern audience. But I am a gamer, a lifelong gamer. I've been gaming longer than these assholes have been alive. Longer than most of these companies have been in existence. Many of them, most of them. I've watched this form of entertainment grow from cartridges and single stick and button controllers to what we have today, these incredible experiences that are available to us. And here we are in what should be the best era of gaming, right? We have a new console. Well, it's not so new now, but we've got, we're 10th generation now. We've got the most massive, powerful video cards and computers. We've got the best home console systems we've ever had, ever. We've got these huge companies full of all these developers with all this technology to make the most realistic and immersive and insane games. The medium is so respected now that you're not hiring voice actors out of acting school that are wooden and stilted and can't act for crap. You're getting Idris Elba, you're getting Keanu Reeves, you get all kinds of real actors in here. And even the ones that aren't recognizable names, you get, God, listen to God of War's dialogue. It's insanely good, insanely good. And we're crapping it all away at the altar of diversity. This weird cult of loud internet idiots who just want to scream about how oppressed they are, how underrepresented they are, and all that other horseshit. Okay? You don't need to see yourself as a protagonist in a game to enjoy it. Okay? I played Tomb Raider, the old Tomb Raiders, then I played the Crystal Dynamic ones. I didn't identify as Lara Croft. I just played as that character. I mean, it's simple, right? It's simple and it's stupid. And the fact that people feel this need to insert themselves in these games and identify, it just shows how mentally ill so many of these people are. So I would love to see this industry purged, especially the player base, purged of all these imbeciles that have to inject themselves in the game and have to feel represented. Otherwise, they're just going to scream and claim that they're a victim. I mean, who cares if the character looks like you? Who cares if they share gender with you? Who cares if they sleep with the same type of person as you do? It doesn't matter. You can still enjoy a game. A game is a game. When we all played Pac-Man back in the 80s, we didn't identify as a little yellow ball going waka 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 waka. We didn't. We just played a fun-ass game. People are idiots these days. I swear to God, I've never seen such a weaker group of people in my life. I pray for the comet some days just come down here. And anyway, moving on, the Mamini team is amazing and deserves to land on their feet. We'd be happy to connect folks in our network who are looking for talented developers with the studio. Send us a DM if you're interested. Sweet Baby Inc. included. Yeah, I felt a little guilty there, didn't you? So this goes on and on and on, talking about it. Like I said, I will link to this down below so you guys can check it out there. Steam charts here. What is this? This is Thou. Oh, God, this is Thou. I think we talked about this yesterday, right? Tales of Kenzera Zhao. Terrible, terrible reception, right? From what I understand, it's a pretty bad game. And the guy that created it is claiming racism and all that because his game sucks and nobody wants to play it. And part of that, I'm sure, is because there's backlash because he involves Sweet Baby Inc. with it. He may have been more successful if he didn't have that albatross hanging around his neck, right? If he just put out this game. There's a lot of people that will immediately write it off when they see Sweet Baby Inc. and go, you know what, I'm not even trying that. Yeah, that looks like the kind of game I'd normally play, but no, I'm not going to try it. It's going to be full of woke garbage. He hurt himself. He shot himself in the foot here. You know, Ubisoft can afford to take a loss. You know, they can't afford to continually do it, but they can afford to take a big hit here and there. Activision can afford it. All these big companies can afford it, but a little studio, one game that they put all their money and time and effort into, and then it shits the bed when it's released, doesn't make any money, and it's reviled, well, you may not recover from that. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, this has been quite the trend lately as far as layoffs go. I'm on GameDeveloper.com right now, and I will link to this as well. Just showing you here, like here's Avalanche, right, from June 3rd. Day after, 95 jobs cut in a strategic corporate change for Behavior Interactive. Arcane Austin. Boom. Gameloft Romania, 136 jobs. Here's when IGN bought Games Industry, Rock Paper Shotgun, and all those other outlets to consolidate, and probably they shit can some people too. Palia Studio, 36 workers. Studio Wildcard, 6 developers. Not a big number there, but still, all of this adds up as you go. Phoenix Labs lays off staff, cancels games, and major restructuring. Drag-themed fighting dog game Dragher ends development. Well, thank God for that. What the? Okay, anyway, Ubisoft, 1,700. There we go, Ubisoft. Square Enix, remember look, American and European offices. This time it was American offices again, but also European. Australian, 28% of staff. And it goes on and on. 30 layoffs. Majority of development team. Day one, entertainment closure, shutdown procession continues. Microsoft, 3 studios right there. Remember, this was big news back in the beginning of May. It's just crazy. Pokemon, Take-Two, Fire Sprite, Take-Two. This one hurt. Deliver Us Mars, Kyokin. I like these guys. I think they did a great job with Deliver Us the Moon and Deliver Us Stars, or Mars and all that. But the list goes on and on as we go into April now. Yeah, and then we got pages of this. We're searching the keyword layoffs here, and it's absolutely terrible. The industry is in a lot of trouble, guys. Keep pushing back against this DEI nonsense that is infecting the gaming industry, because it's not helping it. It's only hurting it. People want to talk about, well, it's not fair to gatekeep and all that. Well, maybe we should have gate kept a little bit better and not let all the lunatics in on gaming. Because once we did, they just came in, made themselves at home, shit all over the bed, and then proclaimed that, they want things changed and they want to make it this way and that way. And quite frankly, you all can go to hell. You weren't here at the beginning, and you damn sure well aren't going to be here at the end, and what you're doing is unsustainable. So, get out of gaming, go do something else, or create your own little gay gaming studios. Make gay games for gay players. Have little budgets, make your own little gay console if you want. Your LGBT console, whatever you want. And do that kind of stuff and tell me how it works out for you. I have to laugh because I look at things like, everybody talks about, equity and diversity and inclusion and all that. And then you look at things like the WNBA. All right, women's basketball. Why don't they make as much money as men? You look at the stands; they're empty. Where are all the feminists that want equality for women? Why aren't they supporting them? Why aren't they filling the stands? Why isn't it full of the lesbians and all that seem to love this game so much? Why aren't they there? Why is it only a handful of people at any given time? Why did that stupid quote unquote first gay rom-com Bros fail so miserably at the box office? Nobody went to see it because it looked like a piece of shit movie, and it catered to a very small group of people, and they used too big of a budget to make it sustainable. And then they called everyone bigots when they didn't want to go watch it. I don't want to watch it. I don't know if people understand this, but as a straight man, okay, as a straight man, they've done studies, and they've done studies of reactions, like the way the brain works in a straight male. When he sees maggots, like writhing around in meat, he gets a certain reaction in his brain. He gets that same reaction when he sees 2 men kissing. And it's not homophobia, and it's not hate, and it's not anything like that. It's disgust, and it's natural. It's a natural thing. And I don't know why they keep trying to push this on the straight guys. Keep it to yourselves, Make it an option in games if you want. If you want to have Sweet Baby Inc. involved in your game, you can say, you know what? We're going to make a game, And we're going to make it, it's going to be, straight up normal game. And we're going to have an option in there for LGBT or DEI kind of stuff in there, whatever it is. We're going to have a box that you can check to say, yes, please DEI my game. And then it's going to make 20% of the characters black. It's going to make several of the major characters female and gay and lesbian and whatever else you want to do. And it's going to do all this wonderful stuff to diversify the game for those who want it. But everybody else can play without checking that box. Put it in there with, all the other options for gameplay and all that. Yeah. I don't know. It's getting tiring. It's going to be a long month, boys and girls, but hey, we're going to get through it. So if you haven't done so already, please leave a like on the video down below. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and to ring that bell for notifications. I'll see you guys next time. Until then, peace.